Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where I'm having a real weird day and I'm certain that it's going to manifest in the commentary, so apologies in advance. Also, my desk is filthy. Why did I not think to take some of these things off of this desk prior to starting recording? Sorry. Okay, we're ready to go. This is good. This is fine. So we're gearing up for war, yes? Ideally, we would declare war on blue the turn after Winterlands. We go dark mode monks into Zigor and Neclaran, and then we'd probably try to pursue peace after that. It's dangerous to be at war with a Vaulter for too long. Obviously, if you give them the opportunity to swap their holy resource and stuff like that, it can get a little iffy. But it would be really cool if we could take some cities. Mapal is where they built the Megapole, right? It would be pretty slick to get a hold of Mapal. It does have 240 fortification. That's pretty far from trivial. Hopefully the 5 turns to winter will give us time to figure out whether this is gonna finish or not. I would love it if we could take a completed science wonder from them. That would be pretty cool. And then what else were we doing? We have a bunch of units in garrisons here. Hero was headed for Khazar, but the timing on that's all screwy. Wait a minute. What was my plan for having enough grass silk to charm Khazar? I'm trying to think about it now. I'm trying to remember. Was my plan for taking control of Khazar based on the idea that I thought this was a 20? Is that... that sounds like it could be the case. That kind of sounds like me. I don't have access to the resource part of the market, so... Okay. Well, I guess Khazar's off the table, unless... Khazar's going to move in 2 turns, but we don't know for sure that they'll move very far. If they move somewhere nearby, it's only... How many turns is it going to take for us to have enough? 3. Okay. So yeah, it could still happen. A lot's going to depend on where Khazar goes. So for the moment, we're just continuing preparations. We have 2 monks and 2 seekers here, a monk there. So I'd really like to get another monk up, just so that we have a full group of monks. And then the Seekers can play backup. Pardon me. Yeah, let's bump... Here's what we'll do. We'll bump these 2 monks out to the capital to make room for construct an additional monk here. And then we will... Gosh, I hope I'm not being, foolish about this. Do I need to be researching... Oh, no, I have weapons tech. If I have weapons tech, why do my... What was I doing last time? Why do my units not have... I must have built their designs before we had finished the weapons tech. Because obviously I want you rocking those claymores. The Seekers probably ought to have real weapons as well. So we're bringing in 2.2 glass steel. We have a lot of titanium, but we're not producing very much. So I wonder, does it make more sense to push initiative? Remember that the morale adjustment to allow you initiative is percentage based. So higher base values mean much more effectiveness. You're running around, your melee units are running around at 33 initiative. Right now, my Seekers are at 28. I think we are going to go for the glass steel swords. The thing about the Seekers is mostly their job is to get in there and cause disruption. They're not really trying to do damage all that much. And even if we give them real weapons, they just won't do damage all that much, really. So yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade you, pull you from the queue, and put in the one that has the correct... Yeah. Okay. I guess you can just drop into this garrison, that's fine. We've made enough room for that. and we can snap the hero back when it's time to go. And without knowing whether they're going to complete the thing in Nakloran, we won't know. Like, if they're still working on the Wonder, then I think it definitely makes sense for us to start our attack here, because I would love to give them time to finish the Wonder. And then there's just a question of whether or not we are trying to attack these people. So the group has taken some damage. They must have ridden through some lightning or something. We don't have an action point this turn, but we could start next turn off with an attack. Although we would certainly, at the very least, want to do this. If I think we can take them, this is absolutely the right thing to do. The only question is, can we take them? They'll have just enough health that retreat will seem like a viable option to them. And the way the artillery ship skews the balance of power bar, as we have seen in the last few naval engagements, might mean that we could get them to retreat. And then once they've retreated, the turn after that, we attack. They're super low on health. They all just die right away. Like, I kind of think that's what we're going to go for. So, yeah, everybody's got important stuff to do. Hold on, do I want to change our hero's plan then? If there's no point in pursuing Khazar right at this moment, I think I'm going to turn around and just grab ruins. Okay, gosh, I hope I'm not being foolish with this war thing. Like, I hope this is actually a thing we can win. Sorry, I should be down here because we have clicking to do. So yeah, I'm having a weird day, like I said. I'm not going to divulge any details about this, but I had a very weird and intense therapy session today. And then also, I bought myself some, if I'm being honest, way too fancy new boots as like a birthday present to myself. And they got here, and I love them very much. They look so much better even than they did on the website, but it turns out they don't exactly fit, and they might have some spikes on them, and I may have cut myself trying to take it off after figuring out that it doesn't exactly fit. So, like I said, it's been a day of contrasts, a lot of ups and downs. I deserve spiky boots. That's just reality right there. Other nations respect our cause and begin to see the truth in our wealth and strength. No, not yet, but they will. May the salvation of Auriga begin. Salvation in quotation marks. For all gifts from Auriga are precious things and would not be offered if they were not of importance for the chosen. It has been generations since the Alayi have come together. When the Guardians were felled, we fled. The weapons of the profaners were too terrible, and their war ghouls the worst. But as all things evil, they too have passed, though the damage they did was horrific. Now Auriga seeks us out to heal and protect her. Some whisper that she is dying, that the longer dark seasons are a sign of her end, of the end. But I say that the pearls and the offerings we give to her will help us both. To advance we must build. The city itself shall become an altar to her glory, and my people will become her loyal troops. So we are sitting over 100 pearls, so this will just complete automatically in 5 turns as long as we don't spend too quickly. And we'll get the blessings of the mother, which obviously, wonderful thing. Yeah, my thinking here is that we should absolutely just hold. Did I build the altars here, right? Yeah, the altar's in a position where leveling it up actually would suck a lot, so for sure. Khazar, okay, Khazar moved to, oh no, Khazar didn't move. The turn before Khazar would have moved, Brown took control via trade, so yeah, okay. Oh cool, there was nothing in there. Well, that's fun. Y'all just go jump in this garrison right quick. Look at him just hovering serenely above the landscape. Monks are so cool. This whole faction is so cool. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. My hope is that the AI will just retreat, Because I think this ship is healthy enough that it won't die on a retreat, right? It's 60%. So awesome. Okay, they're a free kill next turn if they don't make it out of here. Looks like they probably are going to make it out of here, though. They are boarding vessels. They're remarkably spry. I mean, that said, we can absolutely just engage them with the yeah, we can absolutely just engage them with the submarine. The artillery ship coming in the reinforcement space is totally fine. And I am allowed to attack them in Red's territory because Red's territory is quote-unquote neutral. It's neutral relative to, you know, what we're doing here. So let's get your sewers up. We could definitely use the approval boost. Speaking of the approval boost, if we don't think we're going to be able to run it, like if this doesn't have use for the Irkin anymore, does it make sense to fire this? We don't have any trade routes, but are any of our cities within... Yeah, I think it makes sense to fire that. Oh, we're like right on the edge. There's like we're a round or a truncate here away from being fervent. When this city finishes its sewer system, it will jump up to 90%, which will push the whole empire over. So that's good news. That's good news. Building things of critical import. All right, so we continue. I really, really wanted that Irkin, but what are you going to do? Must kill. Give me violence. Wow, Salamar is growing very quickly. Look at how developed and populous that city is already. All right, do this. That's true. I did not sign a peace treaty. I wouldn't have had the resources to build tier 3 alloys anyway. Man, somebody just moved up into the next era again already. Well, that does mean that a bunch of our stuff is going to have opened, though. So we have Pixie Blood, Dust Water, Mithrite, Hyperium, and the Dust Accumulator facility. Cool. We're just siphoning dust out of all of the other players. That is a 9% dust difference. We have 9 fortresses. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, okay. So let's actually do this thing. Now, obviously, this time they fight, because there's literally no reason not to. But they are much weakened. Much weakened. I don't exactly know where I think they're gonna... So you've positioned yourself such that you can't melee there. I think I'm just gonna go here. Well, sorry, here. For maximum additional, what do you call it? Initiative. So... Yeah, no matter what I do, I can't actually get a hit off on you. So I think what we're going to do instead is just back off. Just continue to morale ball, as has been our strategy thus far. Okay, this turn we're going to have to do a real engagement. So you step down to there, you move to here and blow that guy up. And you move to here and also... Just in case. Okay, perfect. That could not have gone any smoother. Alright, I don't think we should have to do anything at all here. I am going to instruct our boarding vessel not to participate. Cool. Oh man, our artillery ship is level 6 now! Look at the stats on this. It has 500 health. Mercenary boats. I'm telling you, they're the best. It's just the best. I want to pin our faction quest here just so I keep track of where we're at. I mean, let's let's bring the ships down sort of Yarian way. See about maybe getting control of another ocean region, since Red doesn't seem to be jumping for it. It's a lot of boarding vessels, but if we fight them in small groups, you know. We are no longer... Oh, no. With one of the things built, we're still above replacement rate on the wine, right? Oh, yeah, and we have fortresses, too. We're way above replacement rate on the wine. I mean, getting additional wine is not valueless. Obviously, it's useful for trade. Would I rather be building something else here? Military unit would take 5 turns. I mean, we should... If we're going to build infrastructure, we should probably build a granary first. Okay. Come on. My heart. My heart is breaking. Okay, they have no idea. Gosh, I hope these cities are not well defended. And they did, in fact, finish it. So then we want to start the attack south. Then we want to take this from them. If all we get is one city, it's got to be Nakloran. And there is some chance, right? There's some chance that that's how that works out. I mean, there's some chance we don't get anything, but let's try not to live in that world. Okay, I could really use a big influx of dust here from one of these ruins. It'd be super cool if we found a ruin that wasn't empty. Go. I'm being pursued by boats. Oh, hey, it's the Ardent Mages. Fellow sufferer indeed. You know what? She might appreciate my new boots. I think the Ardent Mages always wear, like, sandals, but... Hi, do you understand the concept of the line? Because you are over it, friend. And I have feelings about that. Oh no, never mind. I do not have those feelings. Do we want to just attack here? The thing is, if we're attacking the groups of vessels, they will come to each other's aid. And it might be a little risky to fight 4 at once. Like, obviously, I'm not too worried about losing the artillery ship specifically. But the loss of our boarding vessel would be pretty bad. I think I'm not gonna start anything just yet. But I am gonna come over here. It would be much better if we could get them to separate a little bit, and I could take out 2 of them and then worry about the rest later. All right, I hate to do this. I hate to not keep focusing on military stuff. But we are actually going to completely run out of money if we don't get these trade routes established. And, tech time. We're in a position here where we can't afford to build anything. Peace treaties. Yeah, Diplomat's Manse is probably a good idea. Oh, wow, yeah. We did defeat one more blue army, didn't we? So we're very close to having the Eye of the Farthinker. It's a powerful item. Okay. So yeah, we're not gonna start anything this turn. You are not near another ruin. Just trying to like figure out useful stuff that we can do with the hero before we have to snap back and begin combat. I think we're ready. I gotta say, I don't love how far we're not on the faction quest. This is pretty late in the game to be like just getting past the first steps of phase 3. But oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much for doing this. They couldn't see our ships. We were in a fog bank, so. Yep, go ahead and grab this. I have failed a different quest. Oh, yeah, okay, that manufactorium got taken. That's fine. We kind of figured that was going to happen. Yeah, sail away, I suppose. Alright, this should be very easy, but we do want to do it manually, just in case. Yeah, because of stuff like this. Don't want the AI volunteering my boats for damage. Actually, best we start up here, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Because look at all the extra morale we can get. There we go. See, if there were 4 of them, we could sustain real damage doing something like that. Alright, what's your deal? Okay, so your deal is we gotta conquer you with force. I don't know. We could hire a naval commander and just deal with the ambush thing. Honestly, I don't even know that it would work though, because we have artillery ship. That unit's name is artillery ship. We have artillery ship, but it's still like I believe you get 3 fire ships spawned on the ambush there. That's still a tall order, because the artillery ship's not going to be one-shotting them. So I don't know. Winter's next turn. Should we? We should probably issue 4th then. Yes. Oh, somebody here is still out of date. Let's get in position to do the thing, to make the thing happen. This could give us a way if they can see these tiles. I don't think they should be able to. They do have a really good aggressive watchtower position here, but they haven't actually watchtowered it, so. I mean, we may as well snap the hero over now. I don't think there's any use in remaining over there for another turn. So, at least this way, Zoyos can get. Oh, apparently we're at the level where you already have 200 XP. I guess you have to get 1 XP over the the amount that it says you need. All right. So what I need here, I'm going to separate this monk out for the turn. So this army has no movement left. Yeah, obviously we want to separate the centaur, do some recombinating here. But yeah, nervously, I think we're like roughly in position. Just about to move on to the next step of the big plan here. To be perfectly honest, maybe I should disengage the centaur from the battle entirely. Oof. I am eager for winter in some ways and less eager in others. Gosh, the dust. The dust gets bad in the winter. Alright, -1 battle movement on flying unit. Does hurt. But our units from cavalry are so fast, maybe they'll make up for it. I will never get tired of pointing out that typo. 5 units in that garrison, huh? This is rough. What's the retrofit cost here? 294? Okay. Like, nowhere near. You know, I went for Diplomat's Mans. Maybe I should have gone for Imperial Coinage. I was thinking we don't have any money. But Imperial Coinage can actually be a solution to that problem, because we have all that wine we could sell. Then again, selling wine to other players means they have wine, which I'm not necessarily down with. Maybe I don't want anybody else to have any wine. I don't think we're going to have to do any defense against blue in the ocean this turn. So let's go ahead and do this. In precisely the way that we have. This artillery ship has been worth... I don't know. There's no way to calculate. It's an incalculable amount. Just truly the best purchase we could possibly have made. And you're gonna get close enough. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. I don't have to worry about positioning for next turn. I'm trying to get this sub to. There we go. Always a downer when your sub won't do what you tell him. I mean, unless you're into, you know, brat stuff, I guess. I am not allowed to do speech here, so I must have had a quest from... either I had a quest from here and failed it, or somebody else had a quest from here and failed it. I'm not exactly sure how that all works. Okay. We also have to remember that we're challenging the vaulters here, so if we don't get it in one, they can teleport units from any city to any city. So we basically, like, we have to take this cleanly if we're going to get it at all. A multi-turn siege probably means fighting their entire military. I'm going to level with you. Doesn't feel super viable. Uh-oh, we're starting to take a penalty. Ah, you assholes. Well, nothing I can do about that, but it is affecting 100% of my cities, and I'm very annoyed by it. I mean, what we could do about it is we could roll over there with our monks and just take Khazar by force. If this is looking non-viable, and I'm concerned that that is in fact how it is looking. Our monks have 63 damage, so we have to punch through 200 bonus HP on top of 6 units. Let's assume there's a hero. That's a very tough order. It's a tall order. Our armies have basically no fortification damage. This is an area where the Ala'i are definitely a little on the weak side. Out of curiosity... Oh, cool. Their military strength has jumped up 5,000 points in the last 2 turns. Well, that's fun. Yeah, maybe we're going after the Urkin. Maybe this isn't even possible. The thing is, if we got even one city off of them, I think it breaks them. Like, we won't necessarily be able to pursue victory all the way to its natural conclusion just yet, but there's no version of that. Here, I do want to build this watchtower because I want to have a spot for our units to heal more effectively. Maybe I build it here though. If we're planning on going after Naklaran, maybe this won't be valuable because it will end up being in the middle of our territory. And I don't want to build a Garth just yet, because if we start a Garth next turn, it'll be cheaper. You know what? Build me more military units. Actually, give me another turn of military unit. Like, another go here. Oh, is the hero... The hero's not re-equipped, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes, please. The Dish of Canuck is pretty good. And these quest items don't cost any, they don't cost anything to equip, really. I mean, in terms of dust. As long as you have the strategics, you don't have to worry about it. That's 30 dust. I don't know if we can afford to lose 30 dust at the moment. We'll do this, though. Does a lot of special attack abilities don't function against things that have fortification? Doesn't say that here. Bonus damage versus infantry. We know they have titans, so we might be able to get that bonus damage off. And we can't see any of your military units right now, so we don't have a good read on their stats. This is one of those things where if we go to war with them now and it doesn't work, it may very well be the end of our game. Depending on like how much they're willing to to take a truce and stuff. Sorry about the indecision here. This is super critical. The situation we're in here is if we can take Nocleron, we must declare war. And if we can't take Nocleron, we must not. And I just don't know. We could do an infiltrate, I suppose. That's an option. We could just pull one of our heroes from a governing position for just a couple of turns. Like, we could bounce Breos, maybe. Breos, I think, is probably contributing the least. Just to see what's in Nocleron. It would take Breos like a million years to accumulate enough infiltration points to do anything meaningful. But yeah, that might be... Let's do that. Give me more intel. Nocleron does not have a hero. It has a Zujajun, a Marine with pretty good stats, a Titan with 118 defense over 300 HP with another 200 fortification on top of it is pretty harsh. The city's very built up. They haven't built a deep generator yet. That's a shame. It's nice to take cities that already have that kind of stuff in them. This region has 2 Dust Orchid deposits. And you have 2 boarding vessels that are super high level, but probably not in a place where they would actually survive combat with our artillery ship. That said, if we're going to declare, we must immediately move west. No hero makes a big difference. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Let's go for it. The fact that that city has no hero, I think, was a big part of me getting pushed over there. Oh, cool. They have a huge army right next to us. Well, this better work then. Yeah, it would be super bad if we had to fight them. The Zujajun is in back. So 3 speed, 3 range. We can't avoid getting shot. But what we can do is position such that it has to come forward to hit us. And then... Oh, well, hold on. Keep in mind, these are the base initiative values we're seeing here. So 36, 36, 45 against our 27 and 36. So we can't one-shot it. We'd have to get the monks high enough to surpass its initiative value, which would require them to... I mean, they'd have to nearly double... So each point of morale is plus 15%. It's not going to work. We can't get faster than the Zujajun. This thing's got plus 60%. Yeah, it's not enough. So it is going to get to go first, but we can make it have to walk to the front before that happens. I mean, he can go first. I guess this one does just barely make it. 47 with 5. Oh, you know what? I wasn't including the... I forgot that this space was going to spawn a unit. And so there was going to be a 5th point of morale. Very interesting. Don't think it changes anything. So... Let's talk about the Titan really quickly here, because we didn't actually use them during our Vaulter playthrough, but it's important to know how they work. They have this defensive impulse, where they deal normal damage to attackers, and then they deal bonus damage to other adjacent enemy units. So if we're going to hit this thing, we really want to hit it first, so that it doesn't get to bounce extra damage all over the place. And that may be what I do with this unit. I may just move to here and punch this thing just to get that resolved immediately. We can't stop the Zujajun, so let's not even bother. I do want Zoyos to shoot here. I think we're going to have Zoyos like step to this location and shoot here, because Zoyos will splash damage in all directions. And then their archer is going to come up and attack, and at this point, we just, like, totally dive bomb it. Absolutely do not allow the archer to do anything else ever, if you can avoid it. Their other archer is unreachable, but I'm still going to have the Seeker try. All right, let's see how this first turn goes. Okay, something. So remember, these first turn attacks are not going to look like much. But starting with the second attack, you're going to start seeing that cone of damage come out. Wow, zeros. It's an archer, y'all. Just fucking don't let it arch. Yeah, here's a great example. Don't let him arch. Okay, you can just stand and deliver. That's fine. You should move away from the Titan. And then this unit, we want to try to position ourselves such that nobody else is going to end up adjacent to that Titan. I guess this is the best we're going to be able to do for you. We get to control the battle in a very significant degree here, which is really nice. You're going to back up and probably just do damage here. So if we're going to take optimal advantage of the cone, well, you're actually acting after that militia, so it's hard to know whether you're going to get to determine your target. Yeah, hard to say. You do that. You just run over here and do something. Okay. So this centaur has like none stats. Wow, it's actually still, it's doing good work though. Okay. So this Seeker can maybe actually just finish off the Poison Archer, which means you'll be best off just firing over here. This Seeker can work this Archer from the high ground, preferably. Yep, you stay on that. Doesn't even help you to move around, so don't move around. You have Range Slayer 3. That's a big part of why you did so much damage there. You know what? It's nice to have somebody on the team who has a big axe. That's just very helpful. Yeah, I think a lot of these attacks are still pretty solid. Oh, I didn't quite get it. We left the thing narrowly alive. We're not getting our consecutive attacks off the way I would like. To keep interrupting our attack attempts there. Okay. So you're fastest again. It is weird how it keeps cycling like that, but that's just what playing the Ally is like. You can probably cook this dude. But if you do it before we move this monk away, well, we probably don't have a choice. And then, yeah, basically a lot of people jump this archer, and it's going to go how it's going to go a little bit here. Hard to predict. Okay, see, we took a little extra damage on the pulse there. But, good news. So let's not just have everybody jump in here. You have 68 health. Yeah, the three later moving monks should all be ready to to strike. But the other two don't need to add. Okay, cool. Nobody has to take defensive impulse damage at all. Now we got to remember these are volcanic tiles, so we don't really want to end our turn on them. How much movement do you have left? Enough to be a problem. Truce? What if I gave you technology? Okay. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to do some actual fighting, which is not great news for us. I guess I don't want to queue your move up because I want to manually direct this move because we're gonna want to take advantage of the water here, the choppy water. Okay, so yeah, I can't assign you to anything for a few turns. That's fine. Here in Neclaran, we can maybe spend a turn just like mostly assigned to dust. Just trying to blunt the losses there while we wait for the city to recover. And then we got to figure out how we get blue to back down, because I was not ready for there to be a full army of Titans 3 inches from our conquest. And we did take a lot of damage there. Okay, the Seeker still has movement. The Seeker, at the very least, should get up here. Is there any kind of deal you would take? I'm obviously very leery of giving them tech, but, like, to be perfectly honest, any deal that causes peace is something we have to consider. So hold on, there's something made a big move. We have a ton of emeralds and a ton of spices. Let's talk about these numbers. If I give you all of the spices and all of the emeralds, that gets the bar into a place. And we can definitely just work those numbers back up, right? Cares remarkably little about the Mithrite and the Hyperium. Usually the AI is very excited to have these things. I can do that. So at the moment, we're not giving them any tech. I'm not giving them those pearls. The grass silk, though, gladly. So we just bought a city from a superior opponent for these resources? Like, I would take that deal in a heartbeat. A city that contains a wonder, no less. Because I think that, I really think that if this war goes even one more turn, we're going to pay badly. I did not realize that they had such a large army immediately on top of us already. There's no version of this where we get Zigor. I can't see it. But now that we've compressed them down to 3 regions, and we've taken the city with the wonder in it, and we've taken their southern port and everything, I think they're gonna kind of slowly starve here. They're gonna have to make trouble with other players to get land, and like this may be enough to choke them out of the game. And I think we should just take whatever peace deal we got to take. Frankly, I'm pretty happy with this one. Yeah, honestly, that's fine. These troops building up so that we can have a functional army still, probably a good idea. What is the price that is too much for us to pay for Neclaran? I have no idea, but I am confident we are nowhere near it. Like, very happy with that outcome. So these ships don't need to do any of that kind of stuff anymore. I think we can just continue on trying to get control of this. Maybe, never mind. I was gonna say, hey, look, maybe we could sail across the ocean and grab some more land. No. We don't want to do that. There's plenty of land to grab over here. Yeah, cool. It would have been kind of neat to get to wait until they had finished their dust orchid extractors, because it's going to be a long time before we can build dust orchid extractors, but the moment was when it was. Oh yeah, also, my military prowess is undisputed. No one could dispute that. Eye of the Far Thinker. Get. 40 influence, the blessings of the mother. Auriga will be saved, for now we have both the power and the desire to impose our will on those who would destroy her. Gonna be seeing a lot of this nonsense, is my guess. Those borders, that makes a lot of sense. For though we are great and our hearts true, she cannot be saved by our efforts alone. All beings are both her children and her toil. All must rise up to heal her wounds. Let the great and the small sing our praises. Our hour has begun. From across Auriga, the villages and towns of the lesser peoples have begun to heed our call and feel the force of our purity. Not super hype about the language here. They beg us for more information, for our wisdom, for our very presence on their lands. Their awe and devotion is manifested in their practices, for they are saving the precious pearls bestowed by Auriga, so that we may collect them and use them for her cause. We shall go out and preach her words and collect these tributes to better worship and save Mother Auriga. Word of our faith has begun to spread. Some of the lesser peoples seem to be willing to follow our path. So new believers claim that in a region called Urunqua, a Silix village would donate pearls they have collected to our cause. That sounds great. Urunqua. Oosh. It's a long one. Okay, cool. That's like right up on our continent and everything. We can just go straight there. We can just go straight there at an incredible speed. Hooray for dark mode. You should probably just take cover in a village or a city, and probably it should be a city that has a governor. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. Okay, Green's just learning tech from us. That's not so bad. I figured it was about time for Green to start hitting us, but if all they're doing is improving themselves and not harming us, obviously, that's cool. We can let that happen. Do I not have a spice extractor? Oh no, I do. It's weird. I was expecting it to give vision. Do they not usually give vision? No, I guess not. Okay, we discovered a couple sources of Palladian, one Adamantian, one Titan Bones, one Quicksilver. Not so good on that. Alright, important stuff's getting built. We have entered a new era, and I think the very first thing we pursue should probably be dust refineries, as often is the case. I feel like I do not very frequently get Warrior's Warrior. I'm pretty happy about that. And that we did it at so little cost to ourselves. Conquer enough fortresses to gain 12 additional strategic resource facilities. Okay. Well... this is likely to be a real battle. Like, they might have real ships. They might have an artillery ship of their own. Which is a concerning thought. Not much we can do about it, though. Oh, you know what? I had you all on a plan, but I have a different plan for you now. Okay. How much did that damage? Okay, that took us below content. So we're going to push back above content really soon then, as this number recovers. So actually, things are going to get better. And then we got to keep an eye on the spice income and run that booster as soon as we can, but obviously we're a little distracted. Oh hey, just like a whole new 3-unit navy, huh? Maybe we're just leaving. Maybe we're just not doing this ocean region, actually. A boarding vessel and a bathysphere and yeesh. What is in this region? Dust Orchid and Titan Bones. It would be very valuable to get a hold of it. They'll give me 2 titanium for peace. What's your current deal? Friendly with a lot of folk. Yeah, okay. I'm cool with having some common friends. Seems like the war's going really badly. Not much I can do about that, nor is there much I would, honestly. Let's go ahead and build here. Get ourselves control of this anomaly and also a level 2 on our fancy science wonder. So we can take this army, but we have to be cautious about it. And we really don't want to do it near the other reinforcements. Blue's got boats, but they are no threat to us because of the truce. What is this? That's an artillery ship. Okay. The necrophages worked out the principles of naval combat. Tiny bit concerned on that one. Not much we can do about it, just a tiny bit concerned. So yeah, let's get you around here. So that's the quest village up there. We get to go through some high pearl stuff on the way, which is nice. Oh, we need to bump some people over to Dust. Well, we're not in a position here where I think we are in a huge hurry to get anything built. So let's just go ahead and... Gosh. We really need those dust refineries. Yeah, and I guess you just have to run. It's not really... The bathysphere is stealthy. The enemies can't just see it by default. But they can see it when it's adjacent to things, and I think the neutrals probably have vision of it now. My hope is that we will just get away. Actually, if these roamers are able to reach us... I don't know. I don't know if they can see it. I don't know if the other navy is still in range. That's interesting. We should probably engage if we get the opportunity there. If they convert that village, is that going to be like a problem for me? Maybe they'll just run, given that we are showing an army here. I mean, it's not a great army, but... Are there any more pearls in this area? I mean, there's that. At this point, you should probably just get home and heal. Alright, yeah. And then... You're good where you are. We push very, very hard on getting the refineries up in a second, and then that will probably fix our dust problems, and then we can pay more attention to other things in the near future. Alright. Please tell me you will just run. My life would be so much easier if you will just run. Look, I'm big and terrifying. Actually, sorry, I was going to engage here, and I do think this is right. Let's make sure that happens. Then we get back over here, and we advance menacingly. Be gone. I wonder if they're trying to convert the village, but they can't because it's like... I don't know for sure that our quest being upon the village would prevent them from doing that, but it might. And if it did, if that is what's happening, I wonder if the AI is able to process that. I mean, should we just attack them? I'm not at peace with them. Nor are they at peace with any of my friends. So nobody's going to get mad at me, probably. Okay, that's fine. Don't care about that. That's less fine. I do care that boosters are running out and we can't rerun them, but what are you going to do? Okay, fortresses are getting conquered all over the place. There's a sea monster in Tunelm. Is Tunelm... Tunelm is not a sea region that I am familiar with this game. Okay. Oh, please let that be Tunelm. Gosh, I hope the sea monster's trapped in a little lake. We get our own personal Ogopogo. Yeah, I mean, you're in the way there, my dude. I'm gonna go around because there's a lot of pearls to grab. And then we're gonna approach this from this side. And we're gonna see. If we don't have to fight Brown, I don't know that it's like valuable to us at this point to fight Brown, so like let's just not. Okay, this should be pretty easy. Maybe I'm just making life really simple for blue here. Uh-oh. Oh, this thing's happening. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. If you were not around for any of the other episodes where we saw this bug, what's going to happen here is if I save and reload, it will totally work. The battle will run fine. But maybe. Oh, apparently there's a chat. I never hit enter. I mean, that makes sense. You can play the game in multiplayer. Maybe this is just a good time for us to call the episode here. I'll make the save here, and then I will reload it for tomorrow's episode. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I do believe we are gaining power more quickly than, at the very least, our immediate neighbor. But who knows? The world is a vast place, and there's a lot of things happening that we don't have eyes on. So when you come back next time tomorrow, maybe we will discover that actually things are going terribly for us. And we'll see you then.